afternoon. Temperatures falling to the 50s. On Saturday, partly sunny, much colder, highs in the 30s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
JOY.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Wagner paints. Wow!
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountain Burg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal.
Call or text today at 479-719-5605.
That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Do you get to that special, like that nirvana state? You know, I hear people that do yoga, they talk about they have this like awakening.
Very quickly for me.
No, I'm sincere in my question. We're all looking for that. I like to talk to people who found it and discover how they've done it. You know, your runners talk about the runner's high. I've obviously never gotten there. Is there a yoga high? I guess is what I'm asking.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I got to admit, the last 2 or 3 days, I have enjoyed listening or reading or whatever he's doing. The way Lou Holtz is antagonizing Ohio State. I don't know what's up with Lou Holtz.
Well, he needs something to do.
Well, you know, I will say this. I've always looked forward to the stage in life where I lose totally my filter, can say whatever I want. You're super old, and so nobody's going to do anything about it. We've all had, like, relatives, aging parents, uncles. I mean, you never know what's going to come out of their mouth.
That's your goal? Just to get to that?
Just to get to that stage of life. Well, Holtz is there. And, boy, you know, the latest was he's just on Ryan Day. And it's just been funny to watch because he's like a walking bulletin board right now for Ohio State. And even Bard over here, the diehard Notre Dame fans, like, man, Dr. Lou, shut up.
Like, look, I obviously went to the University of Arkansas where Lou Holtz coached.
I understand.
I've been a lifelong fan
of
Notre Dame. And,
Lou Holtz.
Well, yeah. And where Lou Holtz coached. And I'm going to need Lou Holtz to just shut up. Like, just stop talking.
Oh, come on.
Get off Twitter.
Come
Stop
on.
talking.
Nope. Nah.
You're just providing bulletin board material for the other team. Like, just shut up.
I think it's fun.
Somebody take his phone away. Take Dr. Lou's phone away.
If you're just waking up this morning and you're wondering why we're talking about Lou Holtz, I don't know either.
No, because it's funny. If Notre Dame doesn't win, it's because we want to preserve Ryan Day's job. He's lost to Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, Michigan twice, and everybody beats him. Does so because they're more physical than Ohio State, and I know Notre Dame will take the same approach. He's basically challenging their manhood, and he's going to be reading that in the locker room. Probably already reading it.
Okay, let's just do this real quick. What do you want to be doing when you're 88, Bart?
Not taking shots.
No. What do you want to be doing?
Playing golf just about every day.
Well, that's pretty ambitious.
I was going to
goal
say
for 88.
My goal is not to lose my mind. Totally.
I mean, look.
I think if you're playing golf every day, you're probably not
making it to 88.
Well, right.
Is probably
that
a pretty
kind
good
of
goal.
if you're playing golf almost every day when you're that age, then I'm assuming that I've made it and that I'm at least
you're a physical phenomenon.
My mental capacity is at least still somewhat there.
Good morning. It's 6:05. I'm going to take the side of Lou Holtz. Imagine being relevant. Imagine, I know this will be hard for you and for me, but imagine being relevant at some point in your life.
Well, imagine being.
And as your life fades away, you're hanging on to some sort of relevancy. And that's all Lou Holtz is doing. He's just hanging on to some sort of relevancy at 88 years old, talking about Notre Dame and wanting it to be somewhat about him. And at the end of the day, all any of us want is to be relevant. We just want to be relevant to our friends or to our loved ones or to our kids or to like somebody, like the neighbor down the street. Like what is it like to be 88 and you're in an assisted living home and you want to be relevant to the person across the hallway or maybe one of the people that are taking care of you? I mean, Lou Holtz is just trying to be relevant. It's just kind of funny.
I'm amused by it.
That's
I'm
all
totally
it is.
amused by it.
Who cares?
I mean,
you know who cares? Ryan Day cares.
Wow, good mercy.
Ryan Day wants to
that was a couple
into
of
a
years.
fist fight.
What was that, a couple of years ago?
Seriously. Do you think, seriously, a 19 or 20-year-old kid is, let's go kill him. You hear what that old man said? I have a hard time believing that it's really going to play a role in the outcome. I just think it's funny.
It is.
I think it's funny to watch Holtz just kind of, get to the point where he just says whatever he wants and doesn't care.
Holtz is what I call the Arkansas Mafia. So, in college athletics, I've over the years doing different jobs have gone to conferences and whatever where all the ADs are, a bunch of coaches, a bunch of administrators. And they have these conferences, and they're usually at swanky hotels, and they're spending lots of money, and they do it under the auspices of meetings. And then they play blackjack. And it's a great time. But there are so many people that both Chuck and I, and to a degree you, Bart, a little bit younger than us, but that have come through Arkansas that are now at like another school or another place. And I call it the Arkansas Mafia. I mean, really, like you can go anywhere in college athletics in the country, and you'll run into somebody almost at every school that worked at some point or went to Arkansas or coached at or was a GA at Arkansas. And when you think about the people that have come through here, like coach-wise.
Oh, it's incredible.
I mean, like just the Broyles era. And Lou Holtz, I mean, just the idea that Lou Holtz once coached at Arkansas.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when they hired him, and nobody knew who he was. I mean, it was like, who? He'd coached the Jets. He'd coached at North Carolina State before that. Nobody knew who Lou Holtz was. He was not anything. I mean, your neighbor had no who? That's what we all said. He'd been with the Jets, and they were like 4-11 when they fired him or when he left. He was a nobody, and he became a somebody here. And from that point on, he was a star. But, I was thinking Holtz wore a green sweater for the first football game at War Memorial Stadium, and he just got gutted in both the Gazette and the Democrat the next day. And they never did that again. But he was Holtz was, he just burst on the scene. And from that season on, he was a star.
It's a free-for-all Friday, as you can tell. It's whatever's on your mind. There's no agenda.
I was
today.
thinking about Lou.
Lou was on Chuck's mind. Bob Uecker's on our mind. 90 years old.
90 years old.
Just as good as it gets.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Okay,
That's the best part.
If you don't
the best
know,
part isn't just a bit outside. It's he tried the corner. And missed.
Tried the corner and missed.
This is from the movie Major League. If you don't know, and if you've never seen Major League, then you're not living. Okay,
But you've heard somebody say just a bit outside.
But listen, the best part to me is the clank off the backstop.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Tried the corner
Which is
and
what
missed.
makes the try the corner.
All 8. Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches.
And then he went on to say that he can't believe the guys are laying off the pitches that are that close. I mean, that whole movie, Bob Uecker made that movie. I mean, you think Charlie Sheen and Wild Thing made the movie?
No.
But like Bob Uecker made the movie. And man, how about, I didn't know this until you told me, and then I was reading it today, Chuck, that he made 100 appearances.
Yeah.
A play-by-play guy in Major League Baseball made 100 appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson's the one who dubbed him Mr. Baseball. You know, we were talking about Holtz a minute ago. He was a star when he was on Carson. That was the show back then that made you a star. And Uecker was he was cutting his comedic chops. And the story that I read, and I may have a few of my details wrong, but he opened at a comedy club in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And Al Hurt, the famous trumpeter, was either the proprietor or he was there.
He
whatever.
ran the club or whatever.
Yeah. And he knew Carson's people. And he called him after Bob Uecker opened for this guy and said, you got to get this guy on your show. And that's how Bob Uecker first appeared on the Johnny Carson show, The Tonight Show. And he made 100 appearances. And that is in large part what made him a star. Now, you know, I remember Mr. Belvedere, and I can't say that I was a regular viewer, but I mean, think about this. Even if you don't watch sitcoms, most television shows don't last 6 or 7 seasons the way that one did. And it was because of him. It was because of his personality. And he was just, he was always the funniest guy in the room. That's what the commissioner said yesterday, and I'm sure it's true, that there was never a room that he walked into that he wasn't the one everyone wanted to be around because he was always the funniest guy in the room.
So we had a party last night. Chuck was the funniest guy.
I don't know about that.
We had a big party. Went late into the night, 6 o'clock.
I think I was 6:45 getting home.
It was a late one, and had a great time with our partners. We do that occasionally. The partners that make this show happen. So we were at the Stonebreaker, which is the new hotel, restaurant, lounge, club in Fayetteville.
It's very nice.
On Markham, just up the hill from Razorback Stadium. Lovely, wonderful environment, great place. And we had a good time sitting around talking about sports. Nobody brought up really Bob Uecker. We talked about Uecker a little bit. Bart talked about Lou Holtz. But what people wanted to talk about
over and over again.
Okay. What people wanted to talk about, which is crazy because Bart's on the Irish train, and I think he's just annoyed that Holtz is embarrassing the Irish.
It's making him look bad.
But the Irish haven't been relevant really since Lou Holtz. So
what about all those great Bob Davey years?
I guess he feels like he should be involved somehow. But what people wanted to talk about was basketball. And
that's right. They did.
And this is happening quite a bit, and I think we should get into it today. Where are you? How are you processing Hall of Fame coach John Calipari, loaded NIL roster, and 0-4? How are you processing that? Going to Missouri, 5 o'clock on Saturday. Where are you with Arkansas basketball? We can talk about whatever you want. It's free. Today we just talked about it, and it was largely out of a lack of preparation for the show because we were up so late partying at 6, 7 o'clock last night.
It was 9 o'clock.
We just thought, you're going to bed early when you have unanswered text that came in at like 9:30.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How did I miss that?
Yeah.
Because I'm still texting as if I'm not going to bed. Like how you forgot to do something and you like reach out, you ask a question or whatever, and you got 3 or 4 things you're trying to get done, and you don't realize that you're going to sleep in 10 minutes. And so these people respond like in a prompt manner, and then I don't get back to them until 4:30 the next morning.
Yeah, sorry.
When they probably don't want you to be texting them anyway.
Right. I haven't completely gotten a grasp on my schedule yet. Like it just goes along, and then it's like that's the end of the day. It just ended, and it left without me. Like I didn't even know it was over. Bam, I'm asleep. Until the next morning.
I do the same thing. You wake up the next morning, you look at your phone first thing, and it's like, wow, a lot of things happened between the time I went to sleep and now.
Yeah, so it's open today, whatever you want to talk about. 877-377-6963. But I am curious, because people are asking us all the time.
Well,
and I'm curious, well, what do you think?
It seems like, and I may be leaving some camps out, but it seems like there's 3 camps. One of them is, I don't really know what to say. I mean, can you believe this? Just disbelief. They didn't expect this to happen. Trying to process through that. There's a group that always, when things are bad, think, we're doomed. We're doomed. There's no way it's ever going to turn around. This is not going to work. And then there's the camp that, well, the guy's a Hall of Fame coach. He's all he's ever done is win. So it's not real smart to think he's not going to win here. Now, maybe there are other camps beyond that. But those are basically the 3 things that I've heard. And, it's been constant. I mean, it has been constant. People want to talk about it.
If we were in New York, we could just, post up on a street corner with a sign. Come talk about it.
Collect some money.
Come talk about it. 877-377-6963. It's Friday, January 17th. The year 2025. Get in here if you want. You can text the show as well. Don't forget to download the Hit That Line Now app presented by Taco Bell. You can take the Chuck and Bo Show with you anywhere. And why would you ever leave home without it? Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think that allowing him to call in occasionally is a healthy reminder of why you don't like Texas.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heated air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
2025 is here, and Fayetteville Auto Park is making it easier than ever to elevate your drive during our New Year's sale. Every pre-owned vehicle, hundreds and hundreds to choose from, all with clearance pricing for a limited time. That's right, Fayetteville Auto Park has clearance priced every used car, truck, and SUV in stock. One-owner trades, budget buys, luxury vehicles, off-lease cars, even certified pre-owned, with special finance rates and warranties up to 100,000 miles. Buy now at all 4 Fayetteville Auto Park locations. That's Acura of Fayetteville, Honda of Fayetteville, Toyota of Fayetteville, and Chevrolet of Fayetteville. It's time to drive in 2025, and no one makes it easier than Fayetteville Auto Park. Take advantage of clearance pricing on every pre-owned vehicle now during our New Year's sale. Limited time only at Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Just thinking, what is a Pirates' favorite college football team?
Say it, Bart.
Arkansas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermals, socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater, portable propane heaters, and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Bart, I marvel at your wisdom. Okay. I don't know how to do this, but because you're so much smarter than me, I'm sure you do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Stuck in the middle?
Steelers wheel. Stuck in the middle with you. Edward's really good, man. Edward's got an old soul over here. He's, I don't know if his parents listened to albums and he, went in there and listened to them with them, but you got pretty good taste over there.
A lot of CDs.
Okay, all right, very good.
You need to get back to the albums.
Yeah, I was going to say, Edward's parents may not be old enough for the old albums days. Do you have albums or CDs in your home?
They had some old ones, but we didn't have a record player. But now me and my wife have a record player, and we've got a vinyl collection.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, now
Edward suddenly is
core, core values.
That's exactly right. Learn a little bit more about it.
I don't know where
right
the
there.
CDs are though. And
it's you got any albums at your house, Bart?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure do.
That's really a surprise.
I wish I had. My parents had a bunch
Yeah.
when I was growing up, and we'd listen to them. And I think most of them got lost in a move somewhere along
that's
the way.
what happens.
But man, some great like John Denver and stuff like that. Really good.
I don't have vinyl.
Really?
No, I need to probably add that to the list of things. Right after I figure out how to get the fireplace to quit setting off the fire alarm and the house alarm.
Open that flue, man.
Yeah, it's a gas fireplace.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know you immediately went to
It's like,
the
what, are you an
palatial-
idiot?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I have had a wood burning fireplace, and but no, that's not in this home. And I'm not chopping wood. Now that would make sense.
I'm sorry.
That would be
that was really funny.
That would be a good move, a classic move for me to get, go get a rick of wood, chop some wood in the backyard, bring it in, put it in, light it on fire. There is no flue. It's a fire. It's a gas fireplace. Similarly, apparently, if the fake logs aren't stacked just right, it will set off your alarm. This is what I'm being told. And it'll get cold, and I'll say, well, let's try it again. And, then you go 3 minutes, 4 minutes, this is working. And then sure enough, it's not. And then you've got to go through the process of, the alarm company calling and asking you for your password and what's your name. And, and it's just so loud. It's so loud. And I'd like to figure that out.
Is this like a wall switch fireplace?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just it's very basic.
Yeah.
But apparently, if you take the logs out, like if you're trying to, I don't know,
I wonder if there's something wrong with the temperature
pilot.
gauge.
Oh, well, I don't know. You're welcome to come over and figure it out, preferably while I'm gone this weekend. I'll give you the alarm passcode and whatever, and,
Bo's pretty lost in this great story is the fact that Bo's pretty bougie with an alarm company that calls him whenever his gas fireplace
Well, it's a pretty
sets off
basic
the
thing.
alarm.
They sold me on this idea of safety.
Yeah. Well.
Meanwhile, I come home routinely and the front door's unlocked. That's what happens when you live with kids.
Well, right. Garage doors
that's
up in the
part
summer.
of being a dad. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Get a
Summertime,
call-
the
get a-
garage door's always
Get a
open.
call from one of the neighbors that's nice enough to know you. I mean, if Chuck's your neighbor, you don't know him. Like Chuck pulls into the garage and shuts the garage door before his vehicle's off.
Sometimes
Hey,
that's
what is
true.
that? Look at that smell in here. Well, I mean,
Sometimes
So and so's out walking the dog. Let me go ahead and shut the garage.
Then
so I don't have
when he
to
gets in his
interact.
vehicle, he doesn't use the garage door button on the wall. He uses the one in the vehicle. He wants to be ready to pull out.
You've got me pegged.
So he then,
Oh, you really do have me
times it up
pegged.
where he starts the car, hits the button inside the vehicle, and starts backing out quickly.
But that's because it's cold in the morning.
Yeah.
When we go to work in the
Right.
morning, when we come to
Right.
work, it's cold.
Or hot in the summer.
That's right. It's always because of the season.
Yeah. But it's like, oh gosh, are they going to talk to me again?
Is it that
Are they
obvious?
gonna talk to
Is
me
it that
again?
obvious that I'm that way?
Are they going to ask me to get their mail while they're gone again?
Oh, gosh.
Who does that too, by the way? What's that? How long do you have to be gone before you want somebody to start checking
Well,
your
that's
mail for
days
you?
gone. Yeah, that's one of those things from days gone by. When your neighbors were your real neighbors and your friends, and you stuck together.
Here's
And,
another one. Here's another one. What do you do? Like, if you've lived in the same home for a long time, you can't relate to this. But if you've moved in the last couple of years, you're getting other people's mail.
Yeah, that's true.
And what do you do?
I'm still getting other people's mail.
What do you do? Like at first,
enraging.
at first, it's not. It's just part of the process, right? And then you reach your breaking point.
You do.
And my question is, what do you do?
I'm 5.5
when you
years
reach
in, and I've reached it.
your breaking
All
point?
you got to do is throw it away.
Well,
it's not that big a
I
deal.
don't know. Some of them look like handwritten cards. Like
Well,
the
you
way it's
open
on
those. You open those and you read them, and then you throw them away. I mean, come on. It doesn't enrage you. It's a source of amusement.
Looks like
I was about to say, I think that's a crime.
Well,
So
don't
let's-
act like you've never committed a federal crime before in your life. I mean, come on.
877-377-6963. They're not committing federal crimes at the Fayetteville Auto Park, Chuck.
no, they're not.
We saw Chris Bunch, Chevy
No,
of
he
Fayetteville
did. He was
last
there
night.
last night. His lovely
he was
wife,
there.
Jamie.
Yeah,
that really
time.
is. I was thinking last night with he and Jamie there. That's one of the things, honestly, with your local businesses that makes it good because you got your friends, local people you know.
Been around forever.
That's right.
It's like Weichert.
That's exactly
I had
right.
somebody call me yesterday and was like, I need a real estate agent. Well, you're in luck.
Well, that's right. And that's what I like about Fayetteville Auto Park. I think I bought a car from them for the first time. I'm not lying. It was like maybe 1994, 1992. I'm not even sure it was Fayetteville Auto Park back then. But then it became Fayetteville Auto Park, and that kind of changed the game because what they've got are a lot of great brands. Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. They've got a great pre-owned selection. And right now they've got their New Year's sale on their pre-owned automobiles. And really, I guess everything on the lot if you want to get right down to it. And you're always going to find that what I call local service, that local feel. You're going to know you're in your hometown. And that's what you get with Fayetteville Auto Park. You can check out their selection right now. Visit their website, FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
What I love about them is you got them for life. Like if you get a vehicle and anything ever happens, you've got all the resources.
That's right.
To help you the rest of the way. 877-377-6963. We're calling it a free for all Friday. I want to talk about basketball, but I don't want to give you my opinion. I want to get yours, at least for a minute, and then I won't be able to help myself.
That's right.
But I think we're all trying to figure this out, like together. So let's get in a room. Let's collaborate a little bit. We don't have to be the smartest guys in the room, but we want to hear from everybody. at least for a minute. By the way, we got a bonanza show lined up. So if you want to get in, you got to get in soon because Taylor McGregor, Arkansas grad, sideline reporter of Major League Baseball, college football, knew Bob Uecker, spent time around Bob Uecker, has been on the sideline for a couple of playoff games. She's going to join us. Always good to talk to a U of A alum who's out there just killing it in the sports media business. John Sunvold's going to call the game on the SEC Network, Arkansas at Missouri. The Razorbacks looking for their first win in conference play. He's later in the show. And then Zach Gillum's going to tell us what the Gamblers are doing around this upcoming playoff game and the NFL playoffs. Can the Chiefs three-peat?
And we've got locks.
And Bart has locks. They didn't go away. I thought maybe
I know.
that was my New Year's resolutions.
No. They're not
That was
going
one of
away.
my New Year's resolutions, that Bart's locks would go away.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. Sometimes I just want to see if you're paying attention. 6:29. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, first and foremost, congratulations on the official launch of the Chuck and Bo Show. I want to know, how did you guys decide which name went first, Chuck or Bo? Was that a flip of the coin?
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat-N-Om Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat-N-Om Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978. There's nothing like a college football Saturday, a few beers, your phone, and Twitter.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for the best Razorbacks insights and analysis?
Hell yes.
How about listening to an Arkansas football legend?
Matt Jones, all he does is make big plays.
What's the voice of the Hogs have to say?
Hey, what a great crowd last night.
Don't forget about the Omahogs.
The Hogs are going to Omaha.
Matt Jones, Chuck Barrett, and Phil Elson, the best in the business on the Hit That Line podcast network. Go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share.
Ready to explore beyond the beaten path? Discover the Range Rover lineup at Land Rover of Little Rock. Experience handcrafted luxury with the capability to take on any adventure. The elegant Range Rover offers unmatched performance and first-class luxury. The Range Rover is built for every journey. Visit Land Rover of Little Rock today and explore our incredible Range Rover selection. Plus, take advantage of our promotions and recently revamped service department. Visit us at 25 Colonel Glenn Plaza Drive or log on at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
What's better than getting something for free? Winning. Woohoo! And with the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, you get the chance to do both. For $5, you get 3 tickets, a Powerball ticket with Power Play, a Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. That's 3 ways to win. So ask for the $5 bundle today. Bundle is eligible with Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. My favorite sport is hockey. I love the ice, the sliding, and especially the hits, but I don't love those things on our roads. Winter weather is here, so slow down and drive defensively. But if a bad driver gets past your goalie, call me to make a power play against the insurance company. After 13 years of settling car wreck claims, I've got more than a few tricks in my hat. Call 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
Goldberg, I bet if that truck was a cheeseburger, you stop it.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Proud to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Did you eat the whole thing during the break?
No, I had like 3 bites, but I'll get back to it.
Well, I mean, look, if you're going to be a seasoned, experienced radio man, you have to learn how to eat a meal, a full meal, inside 2 and 3 minute breaks.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Sometimes just eat on the air. I'll do that occasionally. You know, Bart will bring in a breakfast bar. Do you know it's National Bootleggers Day? That's a
one of our great American
it is
holidays.
One of our great
Who comes to mind when you think bootleggers? First person. Bam. Who is it? Barry Switzer.
Barry Switzer, Bootleggers boy.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah.
Do you like watching stuff from like the Prohibition days? Like where they're, like old movies?
I prefer not to think about it.
Yeah.
Prohibition.
Can you imagine what life was like back then?
Couldn't have been very fun.
I don't know. I think it was probably a lot better.
Might have been. Who knows? Hey, Brent's in Searcy. Brent, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Speaking of bootleggers, good morning, Brent.
Hey, Brent, what's shaking?
What's going on, fellas?
How are you?
I've got one thing to tell you. What y'all are talking about today, and you asked how you could process the Razorback basketball season.
Yeah, help us out.
Y'all are having a symposium today about Razorback basketball, and it's just too much information to try to process, guys. It's just way too much right now. I don't know how this season's going to end, but I wanted to talk a little bit to y'all about the national championship game coming up Monday night.
Okay. All right, what do you got?
What do you think?
Nobody believes me, but I got Notre Dame winning it.
Bart's with you.
Why is that?
All right,
what's the analysis on that?
Just because I cannot stand Ryan Day.
Oh, well, there you go.
I cannot stand Ohio State, and other than that, and I like Notre Dame Coach Holtz. I like Louis Leopold Holtz. So that's my rationale. But who would have ever thought we'd have a national championship game? Wrap your mind around this. That both teams' starting quarterbacks, one comes from Duke, Riley Leonard, a former Duke starting quarterback in the national championship game, and even more far-fetched than that, a Kansas State former starting quarterback starting in the game. I mean, would we have ever dreamed that in our lifetime 20 years ago? Come on now.
No, those are things that didn't happen back then, that's for sure.
And let me ask you a question. How about if I was Quinn Ewers, and I respect him for going ahead and declaring for the draft, but if it was true what they were saying, that he had $6 million out there on the line to go play quarterback for somebody for a year, I would have said, sign me up for $6 million. What do you think?
I have a hard time believing that story is entirely true.
One of the reports was $8 million.
I know, yeah, I saw that too. And when I saw that, I thought I can't believe that's accurate.
Here's what you got to decide if you're Quinn Ewers. Are you an NFL quarterback?
Well, he obviously thinks he is.
Okay, if you think you're an NFL quarterback, then $6 to $8 million is not what you're playing for.
You're right.
You're playing for life-changing, family-changing money.
I don't know. $8 million might change my life. It's possible.
Well, it would change our life. But if you were also told that you could make $250 million at some point in your career, would you want to get on with that, or would you want to go? I think I'm going to go over here and play for $8 million. By the way, risk. Not having a great year in the NFL, looking at me and thinking that I'm not as good as they thought I was last year,
or whatever. I mean, no, that's exactly right. I hear exactly everything you're saying right there.
I mean, that's what Cal has talked about with NIL. When he first got here, as good of a budget Arkansas apparently has in NIL, what Cal said was, if you're just coming here for NIL, why would you want to make the most money you're going to make in your life in college? Why don't you come here and become one of those guys that we sent to the NBA that got a second, third contract that has led to over $1 billion in contracts from guys that played for us? That's real money. That's next level money. And that's what these guys have to decide. And that's why it's never been better. One of the reasons it's never been better to be a college player. Because remember, I'll just throw out this name. I don't know why I always think about this, but I remember years ago watching Indiana basketball and a guy named Damon Bailey. And Damon Bailey was a heck of a college basketball player, but Damon Bailey was not going to be an NBA player. There are way more recent examples of this. But when you watch a guy who's really good in college and he's just never going to be a pro at that level, here's one. Dusty Hannes was a great college basketball player, and he's made good money playing overseas. And he got in the NBA for a couple of minutes. Dream come true. But he's not going to be a multi-year, most likely guy now in the NBA that's going to make millions in the NBA. But in college, if there was NIL when Dusty Hannes was here, I mean, he could have made $1 million when he was in college.
Oh, he'd have killed it.
So you got all these guys that just because you're a great college player doesn't mean that you're going to be an NFL or NBA player. And until now, those guys didn't make any money on their basketball careers. Now you can. And that's great, but then there's all kinds of unintended outcomes and consequences that might come with that.
There's that double-edged sword.
That's what
It's like some kids and their advisors are delusional, as Mick Cronin said the other day. There are others who obviously have been sold short in their mind, and they're going to prove everybody wrong, and some of them do. But there is a balance there, and you just hope that these guys are making the best decisions.
There is a market now in college athletics that's unlike anything else.
Well,
and it's been that way for a while, but it was only for coaches. And what I mean is, if you go to MLB, NFL, NBA, there's a market that's already created, and you'll have an unusual moment like a Dak Prescott signing to become the wealthiest player in NFL history. But most of the time, you fit into a category. Here's the range that we're negotiating, and this team might pay a little bit more, and they're going to go there. But it's not this astronomical difference. I consider Jimmy Sexton a friend. I like Jimmy Sexton, but Jimmy Sexton changed college athletics forever. Tommy Tuberville was the first $1 million coach in college athletics. And from there, it was over because administrators were no match for what Jimmy Sexton could tell them to create demand, to drive up the value, and now we have a $13 million coach. In 1997-98, 25 years ago, we had a $1 million coach. That was the biggest, baddest thing going. Now we have coordinators making $2 and $3 million. That's all started by Jimmy Sexton. We're seeing the same thing in college now because they don't know how to negotiate. They don't really, I mean, you wondered why players were leaving Arkansas? Desmond James has 3 catches in the Liberty Bowl and he comes back, and I don't know what he asked for, but let's just say he went from he doesn't have a market value. So I have 3 catches in a Liberty Bowl, and I need $125K now. And you got to decide, is it worth it? Because somebody else is willing to pay that. And now, regardless of how good the situation might be for the guy, he's going to go take the, and I'm making the number up because I don't know what it is, but I'm just giving you the example. This is what happens.
Yeah, it's not lost on me as we talk about all these numbers. You talk about Sexton and Tuberville and the coaches' salaries and what the players are making now after 3 catches in the Liberty Bowl. The people that are listening to this show right now are the ones that are being asked to pay for it. It's not lost on me. And when we talk about why are fans the way they are, why do people say the ridiculous things they say, why do they get mad at the drop of a hat now? Because we're talking about stupid money. I mean, the figures you just talked, that's stupid money. And for, what's actually happening out there. But it's somebody else's money. And that's why people get mad.
When you're thinking about something to enjoy as a beverage for the games this weekend, the NFL playoffs, we'll get March locks coming up. We got a championship game in college on Monday, Notre Dame, Alabama. And you got Arkansas playing Missouri on Saturday at 5 on the SEC network. Get a Flight by Yuengling. If you like Yuengling, you'll love Flight. And it's a lighter version of Yuengling with the same great taste. For those who don't follow trends, but they craft them, your ice-cold Flight is awaiting. Don't just raise a glass, raise a Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. Chuck and Bo Show back in a minute with more of your thoughts on a Friday, 6:45. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Rick's in Fayetteville. Rick, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's a privilege to talk with you guys, and I love the Razorbacks.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Is your hot water heater letting you down? No one likes cold showers. We want to be able to count on our hot water. And that's why Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric has an offer that comes with the peace of mind I value. Get this, for just $17.76, you can get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopascal.com and don't worry about hot water anymore.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell him you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning, Smack Daddy. What's happening?
What's up, Bald Brotherhood?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
Pretty exciting. First time that we've done a podcast, and we're going to try to promote Fort Smith Public Schools, what we do with our basketball at all 6 schools, the 4 middle schools and both high schools. And then, of course, we've got several big-time tournaments coming up, one that starts today. And so this is going to be exciting.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Cadence for 3. It's on the way.
Yes! Yes! You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I never actually spoke to a human. I did yell at the automation.
I've done.
Especially when they misunderstand you. That's not what I'm saying!
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Can you imagine Lou Holtz on with automation?
Oh, my gosh.
Say what you want.
But let's not win the game. Let's make sure that we don't lose it. Why does Penn State have difficulty winning a real close game? Because they try to win it, and they end up beating themselves.
Philosophy by Lou Holtz, still
Dr.
going
Lou.
strong at 88.
Yeah.
Cecil's in Fort Smith on a Friday. Hey, Cecil, what's happening?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Hey, Cecil.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck. What's going on? Y'all was mentioning Lou Holtz, and I'm very familiar with him because he recruited a lot of us. I just blew my cover and couldn't get up there like I should have had. But I'm very familiar with Lou Holtz, and I actually remember when he was in New York at the Jets, and then he came to Fayetteville. But Lou Holtz, we talk about a lot of coaches that coach football, but they never mention Lou Holtz. And the reason why they mention him now because Notre Dame's in the championship. But Lou Holtz was a hell of a coach at Arkansas. As a matter of fact, he might have been the best other than Frank Broyles and Forrest Records and stuff. Frank Broyles been to the University of Arkansas. Rest in peace. But the man, I Googled this, man. This man was, and I remember the bowl games. Cause I know we beat UCLA in the Fiesta Bowl. I remember that. And then he took us to another.
Yeah, we tied him.
Excuse me? Yeah, we tied.
We
there
tied
you go. 10-10, Chuck.
Yeah,
10-10, Chuck. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, we went to the Orange Bowl and won that and killed Oklahoma. And we went to another one, too. I didn't see that. I couldn't get it in time. But the man was 60, 21, and 2 in 7 seasons at Arkansas. And no one ever talks about that. All they talk about is something bad. A lot of us anyway. That this coach ain't that. This coach, we don't have a good football program, and we've always had a good football program, and then I don't know why he left Arkansas. Do you know, Chuck? Because I can't remember that.
Well, legend has it is that Coach Broyles fired him. They got crossways.
Let's get it right from the horse's mouth.
Right.
Here's Lou on
All
what
right.
happened.
All right.
Well, I don't have rain man comb.
So that's his take on the whole thing.
Well, he definitely did his thing at Notre Dame because he won 12 back-to-back seasons in the national championship in 11 seasons. But if you average out, other than the national championship, his record was just as good as Arkansas was at Notre Dame because he coached 11 seasons at Notre Dame.
He's one of those guys that became
star.
He was, but then
he became a star.
He became a character, though.
No, he did.
He was a character. He definitely was a character. He could talk, boy. But anyway, y'all,
he couldn't understand it, but he sure could. He could really talk.
Yeah. He talked more than the radio.
Thanks, Cecil.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you do too.
I don't get Rain Man, come.
That's
brutal. Yes, you're so bad.
Devin Johnson put up 272 yards. That's a Marshall record. Nothing to sneeze at. Keenan Reynolds.
He sneezed on the air.
Oh, God.
Bart's enjoying this.
Bart's having a party over there all by himself.
I'm having so much fun.
Oh, I need somebody to dress up like Lou Holtz. Hey, if you haven't been to Blakeman's Fine Jewelry yet in Rogers, the newly renovated 10,000 square foot store is open, and it is marvelous. Diamonds all over the place. David Yurman, Rolex, Tudor watches. They've got it's like going to an attraction. It's a landmark. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. It's where your journey ends and your story begins. Check them out in Rogers. All right, Taylor McGregor's coming up. U of A grad, sideline reporter, ESPN. We'll talk Bob Uecker, the late Bob Uecker's legacy, and some college football next on the Chuck and Bo Show. How was Saturday night for you after the game? What'd you do to celebrate?
The only remedy, I thought maybe get a few cold beers in there, maybe help it out a little bit.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, I can't believe that. Nice. I hit it perfect. You're just standing too close to the ball. After you hit it. Hey, you had one in the rough, two in the trees.
We're keeping score?
Yeah.
Maybe a new course would lower your handicap. Arkansas State Parks has 2 golf courses.
Yeah?
We should play them.
Tell me more.
The Gray Lake Resort's golf course is perfect for us. 18 holes overlooking the lake, and the wives will enjoy DeGray's Island Lodge.
Sweet.
Yeah, then we'll play the ridges at Village Creek.
Village Creek State Park has a course?
Yeah, here it's outstanding. 27 holes, Andy Dye design, PGA caliber championship layout, and dramatic elevation changes since it's on Crowley's Ridge.
Wow.
And the girls will enjoy the cabins.
How do we get on these courses?
Well, they're in our state parks, so they're public courses.
Yeah.
ArkansasStateParks.com has details and photos.
Let's finish this round and book a tea time.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and your Arkansas State Parks.
Your boat is a piece of junk.
Yeah.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I always enjoy talking about Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Before you buy that next car or truck, stop by Broadway Motors in Van Buren. The best of the best for 2 straight years. Michael and his team offer the best prices on the best quality pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. They invite you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Or if you prefer to check out their inventory online or even do your financing online. Michael has built his reputation as a husband, father, and owner-operator since 2006. Broadway Motors, 806 Broadway in Van Buren, or online at BroadwayMotorsAR.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, an increase in the cloud cover, chance of a little rain or highs this afternoon into the middle 50s with gusty winds 25 to 30 miles per hour. Evening rain, then a cold go a bit later on tonight. Low 30s north, right around the upper 30s south. And then partly to mostly sunny skies on Saturday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal?
I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermals, socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Chuck is deathly afraid of his identity being stolen.
I am. I'm to the age now where I watch Dateline NBC, and it's like, I'm never using my debit card again. I do. I worry about it because I'm
got
stupid.
bundles of
because
cash.
I'm stupid. I'm
He
stupid.
calls American Airlines and he goes, "How do I pay cash?"
That's exactly right. I got this mayonnaise
You are not
jar
getting my
full of money.
information. Those cookies are all over me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball-playing guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Man, after that first hour, I don't know what's left.
I know.
Holy smokes.
I know. We covered a lot of ground there.
Man, January 17th. A lot of people with birthdays today, by the way. Dwayne Wade, Kid Rock, Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, that's your guy.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Me and Pat McAfee.
Steve, your guy's Maury Povich. It's Maury Povich's 86th birthday today.
Yeah.
We lost Bob Uecker. What a treasure.
Yeah.
At the age of 90. No shortage of memories that he left us with. And we're going to get into that and some college football here. Taylor McGregor, Arkansas alum, ESPN reporter. You'll see her throughout the college football season. You also, if you watch Major League Baseball, the Cubs, you'll see her reporting on the MLB. What a career she's jumped out to, formerly of THV Channel 11 in Little Rock. And it makes us sound old, but we've kind of got to see her grow up. And happy for her and all the success she's having. Taylor, thanks for hopping on with us this morning. How are you?
I'm great. Well, thanks for letting me be on because you guys are legends, and I'm not going to lie, I geeked out a little when you messaged me to come on your show because I've been such a big fan for so long. So so happy to be on.
Well, you're kind, and we're just watching you now, and congratulations on all the success you've had. I actually work with the college football playoff show and didn't realize that you were at Penn State freezing like I was on the sideline, but I also wasn't really looking for anybody. I was just trying to find a place to hunker down. But that was maybe one of the coldest games I've ever been to. I don't know about you.
Okay, so the Penn State game, I actually did the Texas game that day, but maybe you saw me because I was doing cut-ins. So I actually got really fortunate.
So I didn't miss you. I didn't miss you at the game. Okay.
You did not miss me.
Well, then you were way better off than I was.
Yeah. I was in Austin.
Man. Yeah, you were so what's let's start there. What's the thought you have on how the college football playoff has gone so far? Did she drop? Did we lose her?
I think we lost her.
Yeah. All right,
She'll be back in a minute.
Let's get her back.
She'll be. No, here we
I'll
go.
try to get her back.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get her back, and had a little problem there. And
it
is
AT&T.
she works, and you know this, and I know this. She works at a level where it is cutthroat. I mean, everybody's trying to get jobs, and I mean, we read about some of the things that happen, and she has climbed the ladder very, very quick. It's because she's good, but she has climbed the ladder very, very quickly.
Taylor, we lost you there for a second. What are your thoughts on
that.
That's okay. What are your thoughts on just the first 12 team playoff that we've opened up with this year and how it's played out?
It has just been so much fun, and here's what I will say. I think I was the most pleased with its impact on the regular season. The rest of the season, would we feel like it was less valuable, more valuable? And I found it to be, it made so many more interesting down the stretch. I'll give you an example. In week 13, I had BYU Arizona State. And that game was essentially for a playoff spot because it was the winner of that game was most likely going to the Big 12 championship, and then Arizona State won that game, ended up going to the Big 12, and went to the college football playoff. So, that game 2 years ago was not even in the conversation of either team going to the playoff, but this year it mattered, and so people cared, and they were watching, and that's just one of many, many examples. And so I was so pleased with the way that it positively impacted our sport, and that I know in the first round, there was a lot of critics because these games weren't close. But, to me, I'm how awesome is this that in December we're getting 10, 12, 13 million viewers on college football games because they're interesting and it's exciting. And even though they weren't competitive games, it's still been so great for the sport. So I've just thoroughly loved it. What about you guys? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I think the games haven't been as great in the playoff, as many good matchups as you would think. And I think we thought maybe that there would be an upset along the way, and you forget this isn't basketball and big physical, more athletic teams just win in football. But it's gotten more interesting as it's gone on. And I've also been, Chuck and I have talked about quite a bit, surprised that how the bowl games have still been viewed and interesting. And as we've gotten deeper into the playoff, I think it's gotten better and more exciting.
Taylor, I'm interested because to me, the thing that I've liked about the playoff is the spectacle of it all. I mean, it is the center of attention. And I just wonder, Bo's talked about it some, and I'm interested in your perspective of just being in the center of it all, being in the center of what for college football is historical.
Yeah, it's been just that. I feel like we've really felt the weight of the historic impact on the sport, and especially in the first round on campus. I mean, it was really cool being had some big-time atmospheres, some big-time games there, and everybody was saying, like, I will never forget this. And even I interviewed Steve Sarkisian on the field after the game, and that was what he said. He was like, this is so great for college football. Like, we're going to remember this moment forever. And it's been just really great for the sport. So looking forward to a lot more years to come. And you mentioned upsets. I was on the Peach Bowl. We almost did get an upset in that Arizona State.
That's right, yeah.
Game. That was, I think, the most exciting game of the playoffs so far. So,
you had one of the
as the years roll on, we'll get more of that.
You had one of the true characters there in Scadaboo, the running back for Arizona State.
That was crazy. And if you watched the broadcast, like you heard my report in the fourth quarter, he was vomiting on the sideline, and then after that point, he basically went off and took the game into his hands. They scored the 2 touchdowns and ended up going into overtime. But after the game, he had said that he had eaten something pregame that didn't agree with his stomach, so he basically did the ultimate puke and rally and put the team on his back. So I mean, what a story! It was crazy.
Yeah, Taylor McGregor, Arkansas alum, now with ESPN. So. Let's just hear a little bit of your story because I think people from Arkansas love to watch people that go on and have success that live here. Do you sometimes wake up and go, man, I can't believe it's happened this quickly? I mean, you have become, part of the college football coverage of ESPN in big, important moments.
Well, thank you. That's kind. It's funny. I think the playoff was really one of those moments in my career where I had to sit back and force myself to reflect and just be grateful because I got into this business. Because I went to Arkansas, I was exposed to big-time college football, and I got into the business wanting to do just that, cover big-time college football. And obviously the playoff is as big as it gets. And so I had one of those moments of just oh my gosh, I'm so thankful because so many people want to do this, and sometimes I'm like, how did this happen for me? And I really will say, I credit getting to ESPN because of my time at Arkansas, because when I was there, the SEC network launched, and I was able to meet Laura Rutledge, who introduced me to Steve Ackles, who hired me at ESPN. So, without Arkansas, I would not be at ESPN. But I think there's so many times in this career where you're just so focused on okay, how do I get to the next best thing? But this playoff has been cool for me just because it's forced me to be dang, I'm really thankful that I do get to cover this sport. So thank you for asking. It's been a lot of fun and a great journey.
Taylor, I want to talk to you about working for the Cubs. There's a difference in baseball because there's a day-to-dayness to it. I mean, you've got a daily job in baseball season. You also worked in the same division as the late Bob Uecker. And so I'm interested if you had any interactions there, but just how the baseball life is different than what you're doing maybe on ESPN for football.
Yeah, it's different because it's every day. So I'll start with Uecker because I just adored the man. My first year in Major League Baseball was in 2018. And I was with the Rockies at the time. My first 2 years were with the Rockies. And we went to Milwaukee, and my producer was like, hey, we want you to go up to the Bob Uecker statue in center field and, go do a hit up there. And to be honest, I knew the name, but I didn't really know much about him because, his celebrity when he was on national TV, when he was in all these commercials, was before I was born. And so I just didn't really know who he was. Again, I knew the name, but just didn't know a ton. So I remember, doing research on him and being like, oh, my gosh, this man is a legend. He's been in all these movies, and of course, like, these clips from these movies pop up, and he's hilarious, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, whatever, blah, blah. So I do the hit, had not met him yet, but, you know, then I became aware of, like, his background, and the next day, I was in the press box, and he walks in, and so I go up to him, and I was like, hey, Mr. Uecker, I was like, I'm Taylor McGregor, I'm a, you know, reporter for the Rockies, and I was like, I actually went up to your statue yesterday, and I did a hit for our broadcast, and he was like, so nice, whatever, and it was kind of a brief interaction. And then fast forward a couple years, I joined the division, and so we go to Milwaukee at the beginning. It was 3 times a year. Now with the balanced schedule, it's only twice, but we were going up there a lot, and I remember I walk in, and he remembered me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that is crazy. Like, it was just one of those, I can't believe you remember me. Like, it was such a brief interaction. And then from there, like, I realized that's what he does to everybody. He just made everybody feel so valuable and so important and so special. And, like, it was silly for me, but a lot of people call me T-Mac. And so when I first met him, like, he would call me T-Mac. And then, like, over time, he, like, slowly shifted the nickname. It was, like, Mac, and then it was Max, and then it was Maxwell. So, like, by the end, like, he was calling me Maxwell. So, like the fact that I had my own nickname from Bob Uecker, I still am like, that's maybe the cool thing that happened to me.
That is pretty cool.
But that's how he was with everyone. And he was 90 this year, and he would show up to the ballpark, and, like, he was just so alert and so fun and hilarious, and, like, I was actually going through my text messages with him yesterday when I found out the news, and, like, I would send him these photos of, like, selfies of me with photos of him in these various ballparks we would go, and he always just had, like, the most hilarious response at 90, and he had sent me this video over this summer. He met Snoop Dogg, and it was, like, this video of him convincing Snoop Dogg that he was tied up in an old folks home, and he needed Snoop to come bail him out of this old folks home, basically. Which, like, none of that's true, but he was convincing Snoop of this. And, like, and the man's 90, and, like, he was full of life, and, like, everything you saw with the commercials and how hilarious he was, like, I found that to be so true. And you know, you've seen so many people post who knew him or had the fortune of meeting him, and, like, I really do believe everybody is genuine in their heartfelt sadness in seeing him go. Like, he was beloved, and people just enjoyed being around him. He was so awesome. And so I'm thankful that, you know, in this sport of baseball, you kind of brought it up as well. Like, it's an everyday sport, so you see these people so much, and, like, I'm just so thankful that being in the Central Division, I got to experience that with Bob, because he is one of one, and I'm just I wish everybody had the chance to meet him, because he was truly a legend, and there will never be anyone like him.
Really iconic when it comes to sports. You know, just one of those, as you said, one of one. Taylor, we'll get you out of here with this. Thoughts on the championship game, Notre Dame, Ohio State on Monday night?
Okay, so I had Notre Dame in the Orange Bowl. I was on the Notre Dame sideline, and I thought the difference in the game for me was Riley Leonard playing much better in the second half, and then they got their run game going with Jeremiah Love. I worry about their O-line. I know their left tackle, the freshman, is out for this game, and so, you know, they're going to have a little bit of a difference on the O-line, and just going up against Ohio State, that after that loss to Michigan has looked like an entirely new team. I have Ohio State winning, and I have them winning in pretty big fashion. I just, like, don't think anybody can slow them down, and just kind of what I saw from the Orange Bowl, it just worries me a little bit. So I'll leave you with that. How about that?
Yeah.
Ohio State by a lot on Monday.
I mean, you're right. Ohio State looks like the team that they are, or they, you know, were on paper since the Michigan game. Like, loaded, deep, 23 or so NFL players, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Well, Taylor, we'll do it again. Thanks for making time for us today. We're rooting for you. Congratulations on all your success.
Happy for you, Taylor.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you. It was awesome to be on with you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Can we? Should we start calling you T-Mac or
T-Mac?
We should
T-Mac or Maxwell. I mean, somebody's got to carry on Maxwell. Okay.
Thanks, Maxwell.
Whatever you please.
All right. Have a good one. Take care. That's Taylor McGregor, University of Arkansas alum. Got started here, and man, took the rocket ship to the mothership, ESPN.
For the old hands, you remember when her dad, Kelly McGregor, was an assistant AD here under Coach Broyles. There were a lot of people that thought Kelly would succeed Coach Broyles, and then he went to work for the Rockies and became their ultimately, I guess, their vice president
and president
and passed away early, and it was a sudden death. And but Taylor has really she's done great.
She works hard.
She's done great.
She works hard.
Well, and you know this. You see the ESPN people, Holly Rowe. They work them like dogs.
They work hard.
They work them like dogs.
You know, for
they
everybody,
give them a big contract, and then they give them they work 8 days a week.
And they love it. But for
young.
Everybody that
They're
looks
young.
at somebody and says, hey, you know, I would rather do that someday, you know what the advice is? Get to work. Because you don't just show up and get handed a microphone because you're good looking or whatever. You got to get to work.
That's right.
It's 7. We don't have to do that, which is why we're sitting here doing the Chuck and Bo show.
Right.
It's 7:19 on a Friday. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Bo, it's good to hear you back on the radio, man. I missed you in the afternoons, and you guys seem to be gelling right along. So it's good to hear both of you on morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heat and air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge. When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Looking to boost your health and feel your best? Elite Wellness and Aesthetics in Fort Smith is here to help. Starting at only $200 a month, semaglutide and tirzepatide are weight loss shots that can kickstart your journey to a healthier, more confident you. And with Elite's hormone therapy treatments, you can restore balance, energy, and vitality. Take control of your health today with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. 479-242-9355 to schedule your appointment or visit fortsmithelite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've got certain compartments in my backpack that certain items go in for every trip. Like, for example, I have to have blue or yellow sweetener for my coffee. I'm a diva in that respect.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, we got a big weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, this is every Arkansas basketball game now is sort of like, all right, what are you going to do? Are you going to watch the game and are you still
I'm gonna
in? Or I know you're going to watch it. I just wonder how people are approaching it, and like, what are you doing with the season? I mean, look, we've talked about it for days. People are still talking about it. What do you do with this whole situation? Like, let's just kind of have a conversation here. I want to hear from you. 877-377-6963. John Sunvold's coming up at 8 o'clock. He'll call the game for the SEC Network. But you got a Hall of Fame coach. You got an NIL-loaded roster. You got an 0-4 start. You got Kentucky, making fun of us, and Cal, and everybody on the roster. Cal's got a giant target on his back because he's bigger than life. Every arena he goes into, everybody wants to beat him as much as anything. We used to be that way right here at Arkansas. And this thing has gotten off to a slow start. And I've given the example of everything's brand new. And, for a team to be put together like this, an organization to be put together like this, it's just like a business. You can hire people, you can hire the best people. You don't know how they're going to work out in your organization. I think there's a lot of figuring out still happening. But there's like three schools of thought, right, with fans at this moment, and I kind of wonder where people are with these three things, and you've pointed it out.
Well, the people I've talked to anyway, the biggest group, honestly, is just, I can't believe this has happened.
What's going on?
I didn't think it was going to happen. There's a group that thinks, there's always a group that thinks you're doomed. That thinks it's over. And then there's a group that says, hey, the guy's a Hall of Fame coach. And this is the first year, and he's going to get it going here. Look at the guys that have committed to come here. And so that's basically the three schools of thought that I've heard, just to be honest about it. Here's the thing, and I've been thinking about this. This is more for the we're doomed crowd. Maybe the onus is on us to embrace him as much as it is on him to embrace us. I've heard people say that, well, there's this disconnect with the program and the fans and all this stuff, and maybe the onus is on us. Maybe it goes both ways in that respect. And basically, I'm talking to the people that have given up already, that cite everything under the sun why this is not going to work.
Do those people really exist?
Yeah, they do. They do. They cite every reason in the world why it's not working, other than the fact they're just shorthanded in terms of their players. When I look at this basketball team, to me, it's a complicated matter. I'm not saying it's simple, but you got to get more and better players. Just as simple as that. To me, they need, and it, from what it sounds like in terms of who he's in on the recruiting trail, they are after more and better players. And I'm not knocking anybody that's here right now. I think they're all good. They're all projected to be great.
Yeah, it is
someday.
surprising, though.
But it is surprising.
It's like Albert Pujols going from the Cardinals to the Angels for a bunch of money and hitting in the 3 or 4 hole, and you're not getting home runs. You got some of that going on.
There's some truth.
I mean,
to
there's
that.
been some, it's just been a surprise. Like
Everything's different.
You can't go out and the highest paid NIL guy is like not even starting. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that have happened here. There's a lot of newness, but I just have to say, I don't understand anybody that thinks that this is an abject disaster and it's not going to change. I don't like why. How bad would it have to be for that to be true? How bad would it have to be for that to be true? That would mean that everything is an exact 180 from what it was prior to this hire with Cal. Do you really think he's a 180 from a Hall of Fame coach? He's the opposite direction. That's what you would have to believe to think that this is going to continue to be a disaster for 2 or 3 years. Well, am I wrong?
No, I think you're exactly right. And look, I know a lot of people, and I'm looking at the text line right now. The first thing that always comes up is, what about Kentucky? What about Kentucky? What about what's going on there with Mark Pope? I give Mark Pope full credit for everything that's happening at Kentucky. But just because it's going well for Kentucky right now, that doesn't mean it's going to be an abject failure here. It just means it's going well for Kentucky right now, and it's not off to a good start here. At least in terms of the conference ball, at least in terms of winning games. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't mean that it's going to be that way forever. It means that's how they've come out of the gate.
Okay, here's one. JT in Hot Springs. Dumb question. Who decided to only get 9 players? Who recruited the 9 players? The Hall of Fame coach who did all of that. So it is his fault. Okay, well, first of all, on the 9 players, who's playing more than 9 players? And who's going past their 9th player when things aren't working to go, you know what, I think 10 through 13, that's where our answer is to fix our problem. On any roster in college basketball, please show me those examples, okay? So that's not even really a thing. The thing is, yeah, you did recruit these 9 players, and yes, he is a Hall of Fame coach, but he can't make somebody play once they get here. If you've ever run a business, you understand that just because you go get an all-star from somebody else's company, that doesn't always work at your company. We see it all the time. I just gave you the Albert Pujols example. So, yeah, he's got to take the blame. This isn't absolving anybody from anything. But there are some strange things that have happened here. By the way, players for the first time in college basketball are getting millions of dollars. Like, you can't predict. This happens every year in the NBA and the NFL. They spend all kinds of money trying to vet players because they don't know how those players are going to react when they get a bunch of money and they've made it, quote, made it. They're in the NBA. Really, the journey's just getting started. But that's their concern. We're going to pay these players, and then how are they going to react? Well, guess what? You don't have that in college yet. So when you go get a player for a bunch of money, you have no idea how they're going to respond when they get on your campus. And it's sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. My point is not like, oh, this is okay and it's not anybody's fault, nothing bad happened. My point is like, this isn't the end of the road. To me, I don't understand somebody that thinks this is a sign of how it's always going to be, however long John Calipari is going to be here. 877-377-6963. Would love to hear your thoughts. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. They've got all the things you need to bank better, but it's way more than that. They're all in on convenient locations and local support and educating you on whatever it is you need to know. You're always going to get a friendly face greeting you to give you the answers you need when you walk into a bank with a question. Friendly, local banking, just bank better. First Security Bank, you can check them out online, fsbank.com, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. First Security Bank, member FDIC. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville.
Get total New Year savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Chevrolet at Fayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Most qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heated air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes,
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Burlsworth with his new glasses. Looks like Clark Kent. This guy is dominating offensively. Indeed, he's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what college football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. What makes you unique from other stores in the area?
I try to build a great relationship with all of my customers. I can do just anything from cars to food trucks to signs, banners. I do a lot of custom this and that. I'll say 100% of anybody come in here, they leave out happy. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I need Southern Siri. Sometimes when I ask Siri something, she says she can't understand what I'm saying. I think we need more regional Siri so they can understand the dialect.
What do you think?
I think that's a good idea.
What do you think Lou Holtz voice texting's like?
Well, I don't get the brain man.
Cat got your tongue there, Lou?
Hey, I was voicing something yesterday, and I had an out-of-body experience. Like, I couldn't speak. Like, I couldn't say Bentonville. It was like,
really? Yeah, you just couldn't get it out.
Bouville, like Bobby Boucher. Like, this is so.
Well, I don't get the brain man.
So incredible. It's so incredible.
Hey, we've all had those moments.
And I think
maybe not quite like
you
that.
know, I kind of speak for a living, and sometimes when I try to voice text, it just does not happen.
I don't do that.
It comes out. I can't believe that, by the way.
I don't do voice
I cannot believe that.
You and Basil. Basil does those voice texts.
Basil will send you a full-blown voice memo.
I know.
Hey, Bo, David Basil here. And it's always the highest. It's like a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10 energy level.
Yeah. Zimmerman does that.
I was about to say
he sends
Zimmerman
you the voice
that.
text.
He does?
Yeah, he sends the voice text.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about like dictating voice text. You know,
okay.
where
he sends like voice memo.
No, that's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah, it's different.
Don't those things go away?
They do, yeah.
Maybe that's why he does it. I don't know. Because they go away.
They can.
Yeah. All right.
Are you saying that Zimmerman's a serial Snapchat user?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. But I know he sends voice texts. He and Basil are the ones that send voice texts a lot.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I think you should try voice texting.
Well,
like
that's a big step.
It's going to make your life easier.
I like to text in full sentences with totally correct punctuation.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't do shorthand.
You don't do the.
I don't spell you are.
IDK.
I don't know.
You don't send
every
IDK.
once in a while I'll do IDK. But that's about the extent of it. I like to spell it out so there's no misunderstanding.
Yeah, well, that's the old.
That's right.
That's the old producer in us. Like I noticed.
And by the way, whatever happened to decent punctuation? I mean, really, whatever happened to decent punctuation?
It just went away. I mean, it's
whatever happened to decent spelling? Whatever happened to somebody like taking pride, knowing how to spell a word?
This is a great topic. I'll tell you.
Sounds like it.
We got to the point where we realized it didn't matter.
Matters to me.
But you're not the needle on society.
Well,
and
don't kid yourself.
And the needle on society is it doesn't matter. In fact, it's way cooler to misspell things now. Like instead of I'm going to, it's IMMA. Like
I know that. I know.
Gonna instead of GOING.
I know.
And I work with a lot of producers, and I always find myself over-explaining things because there's nothing worse than when it didn't get communicated and now you're missing something and you thought you were proactive and you're on top of it and then somebody didn't understand it. But all the shorthand people talk in, I have to sometimes pick up the phone and be like, what do you mean? And I feel like an idiot because I'm clearly the only one not in the language. But it's not on my. It's not on my Babbel app.
Happens to me all the time. It's like, what the hell are you talking? I have no idea. I mean, I don't even know what you're asking.
By the way, I said I wanted to learn a new language, like for my New Year's resolution. I've decided that it doesn't need to be a foreign language. It just needs to be how other Americans talk.
Well, maybe
street language.
Do we want to do like a little quiz, like quiz you guys on some shorthand?
We could do that. These guys are licking their chop. They're looking at me. They're not looking
No,
at
I'm
you.
looking at both of you.
They're looking at me going, wouldn't that be funny to make fun of Chuck for like 10 minutes about stuff he doesn't know?
I'm sure you probably
Go ahead and give me a couple. We'll see.
Okay. How about BTW?
Well,
by the way,
I don't get.
There you go.
This is going to be my answer to all of them.
This is an easy one.
IMO.
In my opinion.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's right. TBH.
To be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, to be honest.
ICYMI.
In case you missed it.
Yeah,
I know
nice.
that one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Are you?
I got street cred
He
now.
sounded like Lou Holtz.
I thought you were.
Well, I don't get. They bring the egg comb.
I can't believe it's yogurt. That's where I thought you were going.
TCBY.
TCBY?
Dang it.
How about IRL?
Oh, good one.
IRL.
IRL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
In real life.
Oh, okay.
Wow, in real life.
I just spell out in real life.
I thought that was replaced by FR.
For real?
Yeah.
Two different
Faux real?
different things.
Faux real?
Faux real.
Okay.
Two different things.
Okay. What else you got? What else? We've missed one.
How about
Actually, this is helpful because I got kids.
I'm writing them down.
NVM?
Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's easy. Sometimes I've seen it just NM, like never mind. They just skip the V.
Yeah. See, this is why punctuation and all that doesn't matter anymore.
TMI?
Too much information.
Yeah.
I actually moved on a long time ago because I don't know where commas go. I'm not very like book smart at all. And so I just went with ... Like I'll finish a thought, ... go on to the next thought.
I'm the king of syntax. I'm just telling you. Every email, every text I've ever sent has a series of dots.
I
in
can't remember the last email I sent that didn't have et cetera in it.
Yeah, and so forth.
SMH.
Whatever else.
Shaking my head. I know that one.
It's 7:44 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Chuck, I believe this is all your fault.
Yeah,
I believe
you.
Bo.
All right, there
Thank
we go.
you. And it's because he doesn't have YouTube TV for starters.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
People everywhere, and then, next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Ty Richardson for American Patriot Promotions. They have their Meet a Gun show coming up Saturday, February 1st and Sunday, February the 2nd. The American Patriot Promotions Meet a Gun show is located at the Polk County Fairgrounds in Mena. Tickets are just $10 per person and only $8 for veterans, military, police, and first responders. For more information on this event, go to AmericanPatriotPromotions.com. American Patriot Promotions is the best avenue for outstanding gun shows.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I mean, we are one extreme to the other. Either we're headed to wine and roses for the rest of our lives, or the whole world's going to hell. I mean, it's one of the two.
It's just a really healthy mentality to have, too.
That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, man. Grumpy old
Wine
man.
and roses.
Yeah. The days of wine and roses.
Boy, you're getting ready for the weekend.
Let me tell you. It's the days of wine and roses.
When you show up to that extravagant hotel in Columbia, Missouri that you'll be staying at this weekend, what would you do if you just walked in and there was a bottle of wine and some roses?
You're assuming that's not there every time.
Oh, my gosh. I thought, here I was thinking, we got to do that one day. We got to send that to Chuck's room and really confuse him. And now he's telling us that's on the regular.
You guys are too young to, remember the phrase, the days of wine and roses?
No.
You guys don't remember that?
I haven't heard that.
Chuck, I think we generally understand the idea of wine and roses. Yeah, well, especially if they're all broken off the stems.
I just wondered.
Laying all over the floor.
I just wondered.
On the way into chocolate-covered strawberries.
Man.
This is going somewhere.
Golly.
I'm not sure where.
Hey, let me talk to you about Pascal.
This is no locker room.
Let me end this right now.
This is no locker room conversation.
No, let me just end this right now.
Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, guys. Good to see all of you. I hope your homes are heated the way you want them to be.
The warmth of the roses and wine.
This is so bad.
Light a candle and let me tell you about how Pascal can just warm your heart.
You know, first off, everything is more expensive right now. Let me just continue with a grumpy old man
Great
theme
point.
here. Here's the thing about Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. They will help you lighten that load a little bit. And this new year, no payments, no interest on all home repairs and replacements, whether it's fixing that plumbing issue, replacing your HVAC system, upgrading your electrical system. The Pascal pros are here to help your home keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPascal.com today. I just butchered that about as bad as you can butcher it.
41 in Fayetteville.
Professional people, professional service.
I don't
That was me doing that ad right there. I apologize. That was brutal.
Hey, well, the truth of the matter is, just go to Pascal.com and you'll figure it out.
That's right.
GoPascal.com. And honestly, I need to call Pascal about my fireplace issue, but I don't want to. I need to exhaust some other options before our friends show up and call me an idiot. Because I don't know what's happening or why the gas fireplace is setting off the alarm.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know either.
Could it be the CO2 alarm?
No.
It's not?
No, because it never had done it before.
Well, that doesn't mean it can't start.
Maybe you've got like gas escaping, between the logs, kind of like fracking. Maybe you got some issues in your house.
Like fracking.
That's. Haven't you watched Landman?
Let me call.
That's how they pull that stuff out.
Wow.
It escapes between the the rocks.
I have watched Landman, and I was wondering how you got from way down 10,000 feet deep underground into logs on a fireplace, and how oil got involved.
Well, it's just I jump to conclusions sometimes.
Yeah.
I can put two and two together when most can't.
I need to find somebody and just say, hey, why don't you come over and watch an episode of Landman and check out my fireplace?
Plain fracking. I've never really understood what fracking was.
Turn on Landman.
And then I'll watch Landman, and now the whole
fireplace.
world revolves around fracking.
Right.
So
what a weekend it's going to be.
Yeah, it is going to be good.
Yeah, Chuck's going to Missouri. I'm going to Atlanta on Saturday.
Are you going to the game Monday night?
Yeah. We'll work on Sunday. We'll do some filming on Sunday.
What are you going to film? What do you film on Sunday?
We'll go get the coaches kind of getting ready for the press conference and chit-chatting and saying something, interesting to each other that might make the show.
And because you're ESPN, they go, well, heck yeah, we're going to do it.
Well, we fly on the wall, do it. This is what, we try not to really,
I hear you.
We don't want to do it. We just want to actually capture. We want to capture what's happening behind the scenes.
You're on the periphery.
And then McAfee is going to interview the two coaches.
Well, that'll be fun.
And so we'll probably do a little behind the scenes there, and you'll get something out of that.
What's the over-under on cuss words?
And then we got to do an interview with Reese Davis later in the day. You know what I might do for the show? I might just get Reese off to the side and do a little interview with him and send it to you.
That'd be great.
And then you can be like, Bo caught up with Reese Davis yesterday, and here it is.
Right.
And be like, hey, Reese, what do you think about the game?
Caught up with is one of those oft-used phrases.
Yeah.
Caught up.
One year I caught up with Steve Spurrier, and quite literally. I said, Coach, I'm at the SEC meetings. Coach, can I get a couple minutes with you? Yeah, come along. We get in an elevator with 15 other people, and I interview them on the 12 floors that it took. You heard the elevator go, we have it somewhere.
Yeah, that's great.
It's like, ding, and then we'd hit another floor, ding. And they would hit, behind me, hit all the buttons that I would have enough time to get a couple of questions.
Hey, you do what you got to do. That's a good story.
Yeah, it's true. It's actually a true one. All right, John Sunvold's coming up. Well, okay, I want to hear somebody else's take now on Arkansas basketball. And then what are they facing against Missouri on Saturday? Have you given up hope on the season?
I think people want to see a win. Get back to me when they won a game. I think that's where a lot of people are.
It's just forget the season. Get one win.
Win a game. It's amazing what can happen when you win a game.
Forget your New Year's resolution of running 5 miles. Jog down to the end of the driveway. Let's just start there and get it started.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye. Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge.
You know, I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, an increase in the cloud cover, chance of a little rain. Our highs this afternoon into the middle 50s with gusty winds 25 to 30 miles per hour. Evening rain, then a cold go a bit later on tonight. Low 30s north, right around the upper 30s south. And then partly to mostly sunny skies on Saturday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be a smart aleck like that.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Remember when we were talking about starting this show, and Chuck says to me, and I want us to be strong on pop culture.
What I meant was everybody else.
Yeah, I just kind of nodded, was like, oh. And then
I look back now, I would say these
we have
things.
no clue.
And Bo would just be suppressing laughter. Oh, we got to do weather. We got to do weather. I realize now that you guys were all scoffing at my idea.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Chuck, nobody had this. Nobody had Arkansas 0-4 in conference play.
No, that's for sure.
We're reeling a little bit here in the natural state. John Sunvold, Missouri grad. I remember him from the Miami Heat back when we
remember when he wore the black and gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go way back.
You do.
I go way back.
And he's been doing a great job for years. When we had a show, way back when, he was on that show, and he's been kind enough to hop on with us this morning. John, great to have you back on the show. Hope you're well. Enjoy your call, and I'm glad you're calling this game on Saturday.
Well, Bo, good morning. Chuck, good morning. Chuck, you've been around a while.
Yeah, I have.
Black and gold.
I have. Yeah. I remember.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I remember you. You're a very good player. You're very good.
Let me tell you something interesting about college sports and sports in general. I was close to being a Razorback, Eddie Sutton. So 1979, I got out of high school, small town outside of Kansas City. Now it's a little bigger. And Coach Sutton came to recruit me. Sidney Moncrief was a senior. It was his senior year at Arkansas. But I'm going to tell you a cool thing. I don't know if you guys know Dr. James Counts.
Of course.
Of
course.
So, a great Razorback. And every time I go to Fayetteville to do a game, he will always come over and say hi, because he and I got to know each other when I was being recruited. And obviously I chose to stay home, play for my home state instead of going south a little bit. But, there's cool things in relationships and people you meet along your path. And I just thought I'd share that.
That's
Jim's
cool.
one of the great guys.
He is.
If I'm doing a game, all of a sudden he's at the game, he'll come over and we'll chat about our schools and NIL or whatever's going on in the collegiate world.
Jim's one of those guys, just take a second here, Chuck, where he'll be around and you don't know he's around. Like, he's not the guy that's trying to get any attention. And he's around because there's Jerry Jones walking over to talk to Jim. Mm-hmm. Or whatever person that everybody's trying to talk, they go over and talk to Jim. And that's just because of who he is, and he's been around forever. And
got a lot of wisdom, too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of wisdom.
Just a great human, along with a great professional and obviously a great Razorback back in the day. Well, John, you heard us open the segment with 0-4 for John Calipari and the Razorbacks. I think a lot of people, outside of those who just don't like Cal or trying to gloat from Kentucky, are kind of trying to figure out, like, and I know he is, like what's going on here? Everything's new, like the whole infrastructure of the organization, basically the entire roster. And we're also in a time now where you don't necessarily know how somebody's going to perform after you give them a bunch of money. But those are just some things we've talked about. From your view, what are your thoughts on Arkansas so far?
I obviously have watched the Razorbacks all year. and I'm not going to put thoughts into what the coaches think or how they thought going in. I do think this: the league is off the chart good. It's just off the chart, top to bottom, crazy good. And when I look at Arkansas, I look at the talent. I mean, I look at whether it's Boogie and we know Davis is going to play better. But one of the things you don't see, the depth of body. And I do these, 2 games a week, and I'm looking at this league, and I'm going, my goodness, these teams are loaded with a number of bodies. It reminds me of SEC football, right? Your second wave of guys better be almost as good as your first wave. And if they're not, then you suffer because these teams have so many guys that run and keep coming at you. And Missouri's that way. They redid their whole team from a year ago. And I don't know if the depth is there for the Razorbacks. It doesn't mean they can't win and they can't get on track because you guys see it more than I do. I mean, they've got talent. But even the game against LSU the other night, it looked like it was Arkansas's game. And then, LSU goes on a 15-2 run, and lo and behold, now you're searching for that win, and there's pressure to get a win, and coaches feel pressure, and I think probably players. If you're in an Arkansas uniform as a player, you understand the history and understand what it means to the people of Arkansas. So there is a pressure there to win. I look at it, and again, I've been in the SEC only, 12 or 13 years. But just off the top of my head, I can look on the floor right now and go, okay, which of those guys, here's how I look at the game. Because I was a player and never a coach. To me, the coach is over there on the side. And the coaches do what they do. I get it in timeouts. But when you're on the floor, it's just you 5. It's just you 5. The coach is over there yelling, but you might not even hear it because it's just you 5. So what I look for when I'm doing a game, sitting in the seat, I watch both huddles break. And I always want to know who's making sure all 5 are on the same page. Because if you only got 4, it's going to be tough. If you only got 3 on the same page, you're in trouble. And then when I think of Arkansas, I go, okay, who's Jalen Williams, right? Who is that guy? Who's Daryl Macon? Like, who's Ricky Council? Like, who's going to say, all right, someone's got to figure this out. We can't allow LSU to go on a 15-2 run. Can't happen. Because if it does, then you lose. I mean, that's the difference in games. And so, can Arkansas turn around? Yeah, they could come to Mizzou and win. I mean, they're talented enough. They're going to have to play really well. I mean, here's Missouri after a Florida win. They've got to be sky high, and I'm sure coaches over there at the Mizzou place are thinking, now we've got to make sure our guys are ready. They're thinking they can beat the world, and Arkansas can come in here and win. So I think there's just challenges. And I know coaches, I'm sure Coach Cal and his, Chin and Kenny and Chuck, and I bet they're not sleeping. I mean, it's just the way of the world in college athletics.
Leadership is obviously a key to any good team. And I don't know, what's happening in terms of who's going to lead and I don't know if they know. And I would go beyond that. Like, I think part of this is what we're watching is I don't, John, see any one Arkansas player that's entirely comfortable yet. Like with the confidence, and sometimes you see it with Boogie, but I actually look at it as a positive because if they can get there and they can kind of figure out where their place is on the team, then maybe because they do have talent. And I think the frustrating part is that they don't seem to be playing in that. And I'm not even trying to be critical because to me it just looks like they're not comfortable. Do you see any of that?
Well, I would say you see it because of the results down the stretch. Some of the games I've watched, when you talk more about comfort, it's sometimes there's play of questions. Like it's a question of, is this a good shot? Is this the play I want to make? We've all seen Coach Cal coach over the years. I mean, his teams really play very hard defensively, and then there's a freedom offensively to make plays that you can make. And maybe you're right. Maybe that comfort zone isn't there. But I would say this, too, with guys, it only takes a 10-minute span to change that, or one half. I've said, I think every broadcast I've said in the SEC is you better have a short memory in this league. Everybody's good. So right now, the Razorbacks are wounded, it looks like, right? They're not confident. They're not this. They're not that. So a team like Missouri saying, well, Arkansas hasn't been. But it doesn't take much. It doesn't. There's too much talent there not to be able to win. Too many bodies there, especially the first group of guys that can really play with anybody in the country. But they're going to have to do it. I mean, they don't give you any victories in this league.
John, what about Mizzou this year? What's Arkansas in for in terms of atmosphere, crowd, team? Kind of give us a sense of what it's been like for Missouri basketball this year with the fans and what they're trying to continue to build there.
Yeah, last year, Chuck, obviously it was a disaster. You go 0-18. And they, Dennis Gates retooled.
Mm-hmm.
Got some terrific transfers and older guys. Mark Mitchell started 2 years at Duke. He's an NBA body. I don't know if he's an NBA player yet, but he's an NBA body. Can run, can finish left or right-handed around the rim. Kid named Tony Perkins from Iowa started 4 years for the Hawkeyes. So he's a Big Ten player. They got Josh Gray, the kid that played South Carolina. Well, he's 7 feet. He rebounds. He blocks shots. They're just a lot deeper than they've ever been. The atmosphere's been great ever since Missouri beat Kansas. And all of a sudden, fans wake up and kind of say, hey, maybe this is different than a year ago. And so it should be a sellout crowd, which they've had. Now, the one downside, I think the game's, 5 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
You're trying to figure what's the great combination in the Midwest of who's staying home for the Chiefs or who's coming over from Mizzou. But you know what? Where Missouri's been really, really good is the first 10 minutes of the game. They absolutely blitzed Kansas. The other night, watching on TV, they blitzed Florida, and they were up 17 in that first half. Absolutely came out. Missouri forces turnovers. They attack the rim. A year ago, they shot a lot of threes. This year, they're attacking the rim. They get to the foul line a lot. Very aggressive squad. Totally different than a year ago. So if the Razorbacks aren't ready early, again, Missouri has had unbelievable starts to all these games. And when they're home, it's even better.
That's interesting.
So how would you handicap this game from an Arkansas perspective to give themselves a chance to find a win, which nobody's done at that arena yet this year as far as a visitor goes?
Take care of the basketball. I do think if you don't turn it over against Missouri, you eventually can get a good shot. Missouri switches everything. So eventually you'll find mismatches and good shots. There's times in games where teams kind of figure it out. And when they figure it out, they make runs and get back in the game. The problem is they're down 18, 17, 15 the first 10, 11 minutes. So take care of the basketball. They'll get quality shots. And if they, again, I think that's the whole key because Missouri thrives on steals. It's not the 40 minutes of hell that you guys are used to from Arkansas, but it has that flavor, right? It's amped up. It gets steals and go. And if you take care of the basketball, if you're Arkansas, if Boogie Flan can handle a double team or handle slapping and all these things, they're going to get quality shots. And then the other thing is going to be, I think for Arkansas, the key always is the physicality of it. I know they block shots. Blocking shots is one thing, but the physicality of the inside play in the SEC, that's another thing. Are they big enough and strong enough to just continue the pounding? And if they are, then I think the Razorbacks have a chance. If they shoot it well, that's what you have to do on the road, not turn it over and shoot it well, then you've got a chance to win.
It's John Sunvold, SEC Network, college basketball analyst. You can watch him on the call tomorrow night at 5. John, always appreciate you making time for us, man. Have a great call. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. And Chuck, I'll see you when you get
All right. Thanks, John. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, man.
You bet. See you guys.
See you. Chuck will be on the radio version of the call.
I like John Sunvold.
I like to watch the SEC Network and not listen to Chuck because I can see Chuck. Like I'll look for Chuck on the sideline. That's why I watch TV.
What's Chuck
to
wearing?
find you? Yeah, and it's always a suit. Maybe a quarter zip.
Occasionally,
Mix it up.
a quarter zip.
Mix it up this week. Do something different.
I'm probably going to go jacket. I mixed up the quarter zip. I wore a quarter zip for one of the games.
You had a jacket on last night. You look like $1 million.
Yeah, it's how I roll.
You look like you were a walking $1 million bill last night.
So. I don't think so.
Tell me I'm wrong, guys. You were there.
No, I thought Chuck was sharp. Yeah.
See, when I heard he was wearing a sports jacket to this little get together we had last night, I immediately changed my decision to wear a sports jacket. Like I wasn't going to try to compete with his sports jacket. So I just went a different route.
Well, the last time we were at an event, Bo was wearing a sport jacket, and that's where the tailored sport jacket drop that we play from time to time originated.
Right, from the small and little store.
Because I
whatever.
walked in dressed like homeless chic.
An old one.
And Bo's got a tailored jacket on and a mock turtleneck and all this stuff.
Mock neck?
I'm like, what a guy.
I'm no Gus Malzahn. I'm not wearing those.
Well,
nobody's worn a mock neck.
Maybe it was the jacket I was remembering.
Well, maybe I just didn't completely fit into my jacket right, and it felt like a mock turtleneck to you. Hey, by the way, sleep is invaluable, okay? And we've learned that because you can tell when Chuck has it and when he doesn't.
I haven't had much.
But we all need sleep. We all need sleep. And if you suffer from sleep apnea and you know it, but you don't want to wear the CPAP machine because it's uncomfortable or whatever, look, there is nothing more important to everything in our life. It affects everything than how we sleep. And if you're not getting sleep at night because of sleep apnea or some other reason, you should get evaluated because it can change your life. A CPAP machine, not wearing it when you know you're supposed to, for example, could lead to severe health problems like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, stroke, even death. But there are alternatives. Dr. Scotty Bolding's an Arkansas native, world-renowned surgeon, and he's come up with proven surgical alternatives to improve your airway and help you breathe better. Log on to precedent.com, Precedent, precedent.com, the Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine. Get checked out. You could breathe better, sleep better, and have a better life. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Back in a minute.
When they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations, and I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off air. It's something to be aware
of that.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heat and air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermals, socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've called and told them 5 times now. The bank account listed on there no longer belongs to me. In fact, it doesn't exist anymore. It's one of the things that happens when you get divorced.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I can't believe Dwayne Wade is 43.
Well, Kid Rock's 54. Steve Harvey is 67.
Jim Carrey, 63. Yeah. But the big one, Maury Povich is 86.
Yeah.
What a birthday party this would be if we had all these guys there. Well, John.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Who would be the most fun at that party? Dwayne Wade, Little John, Kid Rock, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Steve Harvey would be the life of the party.
Harvey.
I think Steve Harvey would.
Great.
Yeah. He would be the life of the party.
This is some research for you, Bart. Who has what's the best birthday, like, of the year, where you have all of the people? It's so many people share the same birthday. Besides April 8th.
Well, I was going to say January 18th.
Yeah, well, here we go. We're all going to give our birthdays now. When's yours, Chuck?
Next week.
Okay.
January 29th. It's not a couple of weeks away.
Wait, Bart said the 24th?
No.
Are you the 24th?
No, I'm tomorrow. I'm the 18th.
His birthday's tomorrow.
Your birthday's tomorrow?
Wait, that is in my calendar, right?
Yeah, probably because I put it there.
Did you erase it? Did you erase it out of my calendar?
I don't believe so.
Well, let's do this now. We're not going to be here tomorrow. Yeah, there it is. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, that'll do.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bart Pullman. Yeah. Chuck E. Cheese is waiting on you.
Oh, I hope not.
What are you going to do, Bart?
I'm going to the races.
You're going to gamble.
You're
going to celebrate the anniversary of your birth by gambling.
He's going to lock them up, Chuck.
That's right.
Birthday Bart.
The gambling man.
Birthday Bart locks.
100% guaranteed to maybe win locks.
Bart's Locks. It's appointment radio.
Bart picks them. You collect. That's just how it works.
Yeah. Oh, a birthday Bart. This is a heater. This is a preheater right here.
He's been planning these picks for days.
Some people
pre-game. Rubbing his hands.
Look, I'm getting ready for the dice to be in my hands.
That's preheating.
That's what I'm.
He is preheating right now, baby. Come on.
Let's go.
Come on,
Come on.
Let's go.
Baby Billy. What's Baby Billy got for Bart's birthday?
We got NFL games this weekend. And there are two picks that I really like. Really like two of these games.
Okay.
We'll start with the.
I'm just ready.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
Don't hold out anymore. What do you have?
Okay. Rams are at the Eagles, right?
Okay,
the
okay.
Eagles are a 6-point favorite at home in Philadelphia. This game's at 2 p.m. Sunday on NBC. I think the Rams are one of the most dangerous teams.
Oh, he's going with the dog
You're
on the
insane.
road.
No,
going with
no,
the dog
no.
on the road.
It's going to snow. It's going to be 2 degrees.
I don't care. It'll be cold for everybody.
It's my birthday. I have a feeling.
Oh, you think just because it's your birthday?
No, the Rams have a really good defense. Matt Stafford is still making plays, and they've got weapons on offense too. McVay's a really good coach. He's the better coach in this game. And so I think it comes down to how much running room Saquon Barkley will have, because I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to beat him throwing the ball a lot.
You putting 50 Cent on it?
So, at least.
Yeah.
At least. Rams +6. Lock it up. And then the other one I have for you.
Lock it up.
Chuck's not going to like this.
Rams
I'm going to
+6.
tell you right now. Chuck's
All
not
right,
going to
go
like
ahead.
this. The Ravens are at the Bills.
Ah, you're insane.
5:30.
That's too insane.
5:30 Sunday. This is on CBS. The Ravens are a 1-point favorite in Buffalo. And I don't like that. That stinks. That just stinks. The Bills, I think Josh Allen is, I don't want to call him underrated, but I don't think he's talked about necessarily in the way some of the other quarterbacks are. He's one of the best in the league, and Buffalo has kind of changed their team, changed the makeup of their team. They can really run the ball now. They really play great defense. And I think the Bills are going to make the plays down the stretch to win the game.
You're going to lose every dime
Bills
you got.
money line right there.
Money line.
Bills to win the game.
Wow.
You better kill it at the track.
What's the number?
It's just one.
Okay.
Baltimore's a 1-point favorite on the road in Buffalo.
I got a
hard
friend-
to go to Buffalo and win. Hard to go to Buffalo.
I got
and
a
win.
lot of friends that won't agree with you that are Eagles fans. You know, they are.
Well, that's fine.
Like Philadelphia's a Super Bowl contender.
Delusional.
Yeah.
No, that's
Wow.
fine.
They're going to go from playing in
Bart is-
SoFi Stadium.
Man.
The road
To
to
the
the Super Bowl
cold-
goes through Detroit. So
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Look, and are the Chiefs going to three-peat?
Yes.
man, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I think they've been playing with fire all year. They're clearly a very good team. In fact, I think the 8.5 might be too much, too big of a number.
Wow. See, that's one
but-
thing Bart said. I totally agree with. I
But
totally agree with you, Bart.
I think when you play with fire, like it goes one of two ways, right? You either win all these close games because you're just really really good, or you win all these close games because you're good, but you're also pretty lucky. I think it's been the latter for the Chiefs. I think it's going to be hard for them, regardless of whether or not they play Baltimore or Buffalo in the next round. I think the winner of that game will be the representative for the AFC in the Super Bowl.
They're going to go to Kansas City and win that game.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No, they're not.
Edward.
Well, Edward's a
from
Kansas
out of
City.
nowhere.
Edward's a Kansas City fan,
Yeah,
so
no,
I
he
mean,
Nobody's going to go in there and win.
well, I don't think that's. I
I'd
think
heard a
that's
peep
false.
out of Edward all day, and somebody, hey, the Chiefs going to win. Damn right they're going to win.
That's right.
I would expect nothing less from him.
I just
But-
don't. I don't know if I can trust birthday Bart.
Okay.
Like
I
if
think
that's
he's a little euphoric.
Emotional, yeah. Yeah,
that's
he's-
sort of what I'm thinking,
He's,
too.
everything's good. He's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Life
just
is-
kind of
life
not
is good.
really.
Life is
He's
good. Can I just say
He's on
that?
an
Life is
emotional
good.
high. What? Yeah, tell me more.
Life is good. Well, I mean,
Tell me
look,
more.
like it's a privilege to be alive, and we should all celebrate that a little bit more.
Are you in love, Bart? Are you in love? What's going on here?
No.
What does the
Holy
weekend
cow.
look like?
It's just a good.
What is her name?
It's a good time to be alive.
She meeting you there? You going
Are you
together?
guys riding together?
What's the deal?
No.
Wine and roses, Oak Lawn.
It's a Merle Haggard song.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Sparks' birthday? People are going to be buying you drinks all over Oak Lawn.
I doubt that. Very
There's
seriously.
Bart. It's his birthday.
I doubt that. Very
We can make a
seriously.
couple of calls, pal. Don't kid yourself.
Oh, it's
We know
8:31.
people.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We'll go to the Oak
I
Lawn
hate you
Sports
guys
Book
so
next.
much.
You never know what just happened to him that day. He could have accidentally dialed up an ED hotline while trying to call one of his hookers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978. Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park. For 5, 10, 15 seconds, stare it down and ask yourself, is this really a bracket that's going to determine the best team in college football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I tell you what, I know this got a lot of guys with some big hearts. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. There's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. I love you. Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 4. We got that Wood right here, baby. Somebody better look at this guy. He's the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howell in Van Buren.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get forget here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Bob Uecker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, WW, Book,
Dad,
Ram,
it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Do you enjoy lunch with me?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not any better than anybody else's lunch or anything like that, but I mean, it's all right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What a Friday.
Man, it is a great Friday. Day before Bart's birthday,
Yeah.
the anniversary of Bart's birth. What a day it was.
Zach Gillum is with us, Director of Sports Betting at Oaklawn Sports. Download the Oaklawn Sports app. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Zach, Bart is coming to visit you on his birthday this weekend.
That's what I'm hearing. That is great. We're going to
guys-
get you a seat in the book. You're going to have to come hang out with us.
You guys aren't even going to be in business Monday. Bart's coming down there and just taking over.
He's going to shut us down. Now I'm going to have to set him up with a teller or a kiosk or whatever he needs.
That's right.
Chuck and I would like to give Bart a $100 marker.
$100 marker.
Yeah,
All right,
just-
I'm gonna make
just
note
set
of
him up.
that.
And a bottle of champagne.
He's going to have a date now.
Yeah, we got big plans for Bart this weekend. Well, Zach, what kind of weekend is it going to be at Oaklawn, by the way?
Oh, it's going to be a wonderful weekend. You're going to have great weather today and tomorrow. It's going to start getting a little cooler as we look into Sunday and Monday, but it's going to be a great weekend. Back to racing after that, big snow that a lot of the state saw last week that caused us to cancel racing. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be some great racing going on. Obviously, we have playoff football, and then we lead into the national championship Monday.
Man, what a great time to be there. So good for you, Bart. That'll be fun. Huge line on the national championship game. The playoffs been a little bit up and down in terms of the games and how close they are and some big spreads. And then we've had some tighter games. But this one, 9.5 is the last time I looked at Oaklawn Sports on Ohio State as a favorite against Notre Dame. What's the action looking like?
The action has, for the most part, been Ohio State, but we have started to see a little Notre Dame action trickle in. As you said, that line opened 9.5, and that is where it currently still is. It dropped down just for a little while, got to 9, but got back to 9.5 pretty fast. That total at 45.5. And right now, over 400 different options available for this game. So we have touchdown scorer, player passing, rushing, receiving. If you want to dive into some of the, team props, you have team totals. You have some first half, quarter, so all kinds of fun stuff on the board.
Hey, I'm curious, Zach. You watched this a long time. Is there a number? Like, for example, Ohio State, you said 9.5-point favorite. Is there a number that everybody's just going to go the other way? That number where people just say it's too much? I'm going to have to go with the underdog.
Yeah, as soon as that, there's a few different numbers where that can happen. If there's a favorite at 6.5 and it goes to 7 or 7.5, that's when you're going to start getting action on the dog. For this game, you could use 10.5. I can promise you if this game moved to 10.5, books would start getting quite a bit of action on Notre Dame. And that's probably why you haven't seen it. If you see it get to 10, you'll start to see a little bit more balanced action. But it's really on those key numbers. So in football, that's going to be multiples of 3, 6, and 7, or any variance of that, adding up to 3, 6, and 7.
Outside of just betting the winner or the cover, the spread, all that, what do you think, or what are you seeing that people might be most interested in via a prop bet or whatever around the national championship game?
So right now it is going to be around a few of the players, particularly the quarterbacks are always very popular. They're usually the more well-known players on the team. So we're seeing some props on them come in. You have the touchdown scorer markets. Those are being hit because we have not just any time touchdown scorer, but we have the first touchdown scorer as well.
Hey, let me ask you. You were talking about touchdown scored. When Saquon Barkley hit the deck the other day, and like everyone had him, that was one of the biggest prop bets in America was Saquon Barkley scoring a touchdown. I just got to wonder what the reaction was from all the books around the country who, when he decided not to go in and score.
Yeah, well, you can imagine the room. There was a few bettors that actually had that, and
I'll bet.
And they were not happy. They're and kind of the opposite for us. If it's good for us, we're probably going yay. And if it's bad for us, we're
a very different reaction on that play.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I would say, one of the few times where the whole room, at least at Oaklawn's book, was cheering together in unison regardless of what it was costing us was, some of the March Madness games. Those were fun. I didn't care what we were potentially giving away those days. But, yeah, no, it's interesting to see. And, not just that Barkley one. If you look back, it happened in the Super Bowl with Mahomes one year, and then it happened last weekend with Daniels for the Commanders. When he took that knee at the end of the game, it put him under his rushing total.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the game.
He missed that. He missed the over on that rushing total by like a yard or two.
This is the game that gets played.
Knee at the end is what got him.
I mean, it can go the other way too.
That's
It just
interesting.
it's never over until it's over. And no matter what you think. Zach Gillum, Director of Sports Wagering, Oaklawn Sports. Download the app today, Google Play Store or Apple. And again, new customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. All right, NFL playoffs. Who's the favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Favorite to win the Super Bowl. So right now, up on top, we've had the Lions and Chiefs. They've been up there for quite a bit, and those are the teams that have been taking the action here at Oaklawn since we've opened. I think last check, it was close to 60 or 70% of the action on the Super Bowl were on those two teams here at Oaklawn. So Lions are your favorite. They're plus 240. The Chiefs are at plus 300. The Ravens and the Eagles are both at plus 450. The Bills are at 500. And then the last three teams, you get up into those double digits. The Rams are 17-1, Commanders 33-1, and the Texans are currently 50-1.
Well, there's some good value on teams that you think might make a run into playoffs. Anything interesting that jumps out to you this weekend about the playoffs?
Yeah, great games on the board. Obviously, I think the one everyone will really be tuning into Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, the Ravens and the Bills. Yeah. That game posted as Bills favored by a point, and it did flip pretty fast. So Ravens now the favorite by a point. So it's almost a pick 'em there, but the action did come in on the Ravens early, did cause that line to flip over. The weather looks like it's going to be very typical for Buffalo, cold, potential snow, so it's going to be an exciting one. The closest line on the board for these games, looking at the Chiefs, they opened as an 8-point favorite. They are currently an 8.5-point favorite. Lions opened at 8.5, moved to 9. And the Eagles and the Rams, that one opened at 6, and that's where it remains.
Zach Gillum, Director of Sports Betting at Oaklawn Sports. Zach, great stuff. Thanks for hopping on with us as always. And don't forget the roses and champagne for Bart this weekend.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely, Bart. You got to come by and say hi. Come find me.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank
Always
you, Zach.
fun, man. Appreciate it.
See, they're going to roll out the red carpet for you down there, Bart. You're going to have the greatest weekend of your life.
Do they now?
Until the games start.
Now, you're going to have a great time at Oaklawn, and they're going to treat you like royalty. Did they? I don't know if I should even ask. Are they sending the jet like they do for Chuck?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well.
Not happening this time.
There'll be a day when you too can be like
you
Chuck.
just keep working at it. And one of these days, they'll
Chuck goes.
I mean, that's everything I hope.
One of these days, they'll
to
come
be just
fetch
like
you.
Chuck.
Your guy Chuck goes to Drake Field. They roll out the ropes and the carpet on the tarmac.
Wow, all the
And
velvet.
he
It's
goes
an
off to
incredible
Oaklawn
amount of
and-
velvet.
Incredible amount of.
The downside is Chuck doesn't get to spend the night. They just fly him back
That's
same
right.
day.
No, he's not staying. You can't spend the night.
You're going to get to stay. So
Hey, when you're spending money on a home, whether you're particularly if you're buying a home, I mean, it's probably the most money you've ever spent. If you're selling your home, it may be the most money in a transaction you've ever been involved in. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, will help you get from contract to close. And there's a difference. If you've bought a home, if you've sold a home, the signing the contract and then actually signing the closing papers can be very different. You need somebody to get you through that process, whichever side of the table you find yourself on, and you want someone that you know has your best interests at heart. That was my experience. It's been a long relationship with Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company. I think that'll be your experience too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978. That means they've been around a while. Means they service their customers well. They've got a wide selection of homes, and you can check it out at WueckerGriffin.com.
I got somebody going with Uecker today.
Okay,
Go
good.
check out a house. By the way, Bart, at Oaklawn, if you can get down there tonight, get her done. Larry the Cable Guy.
You going to be there?
The Oaklawn Event Center.
Is that the date?
Come on, man.
Is that the date?
Come on, do it.
There's none of that.
Oh,
No.
There's no date or no Larry the Cable Guy.
Neither.
Well, you could probably get a date with a couple of Larry the Cable Guy
When are you leaving?
tickets.
When are you leaving?
Today.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to find somebody maybe that doesn't live here then. Bart's Twitter handle and his Instagram
Okay,
and his
stop.
Snap
Really?
and his phone number can be found on the
dream
outside
date.
wall of the Greenland truck stop. I'm sorry. 8:47. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Hog Country. I travel with my work, so I'm on the road a lot. So you guys are on my station.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatgnomecosmetic.com and click on the Sweat Gnome Edge.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell him you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out learner.com today.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Bob Uecker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, book,
Dad,
Facebook.
it's the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Can I just tell you, I love getting to know you.
Yeah, whatever.
It's been such a good year getting to know you.
Yeah, well, it's.
I'm really looking forward to 25.
Imagine how much fun it's been for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What a smart ass.
Hey, we all want to look and feel better, and you can too. And you don't have to just keep making it. You know, you can thrive, not just survive. The Sweat No Medge can make it happen. And I talk about this because it's made a difference for me. My energy level is completely different. The caffeine intake is way down, all because I went and got tested, saw a deficiency, got it taken care of. And, you know, a lot of us guys are like, I don't want to go get that. Hey, man, just some supplements. It doesn't even have to be anything extravagant. Just some knowledge of what you exactly need that can help you thrive a little bit. Look good and feel good with Dr. Jeff Sweatnam. SweatnamCosmetic.com. Click on the Sweat No Medge. SweatnamCosmetic.com. Go to the Sweat No Medge. Well, it's been a heck of a weekend.
It really has.
It's really something.
What a week it was here on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
When it's 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night and you're craving a cookie, you're not counting calories. I mean, you're way past that. You're at a point where I want a cookie.
You mentioned the moon. I'll mention the sun.
We're good and we're fine. Men my age should not be wearing team jerseys, by the way.
Bro, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then.
Look, if we're going to do this where we have a national day, like, we got to do better on today. Like, that's the day?
Well,
that's the day.
They can't all be winners.
Bart, I marvel at your wisdom.
Make a free throw when they matter.
I mean, we are one extreme to the other.
Oh.
Either we're headed to wine and roses for the rest of our lives, or the whole world's going to hell.
I mean, don't be dumb.
I've got certain compartments in my backpack that certain items go in for every trip.
It's one of the things that happens when you get divorced.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, I don't get.
Stop. I'm done.
They wound up dead.
You were done with that Kentucky guy.
That was crazy.
That was great. That Kentucky guy really got it going yesterday.
Well, it's just time,
You know, I thought, like, you know, they do this in Europe. They have that deal where they sit across the table from each other, or they stand up, and you take turns, and you just slap the other guy.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking that would be you and that guy. You would just slap him.
Slap fight?
And then he would slap. And I only think it would take twice, and, and he would be knocked out.
These hands were made for slapping.
Yeah.
I'd put him down, man. I'd put him down right there.
Appropriately.
Don't kid yourself.
Yeah. Bart, listen, full report expected on Monday.
Yeah.
You got it.
Chuck's going to Missouri.
Have a great birthday,
Going
Bart.
to Atlanta. Everybody have a great weekend. Chuck and Bo Show. Happy Friday.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
I always enjoy talking about Uecker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling